Okay. I'm like, Trump says $72 via Netflix Warner Bros. Deal could be a problem. US President Donald Trump has flagged potential concerns over Netflix planned $72 BN deal to buy Warner Brothers Discovery's movie studio and popular HBO streaming networks. At an event in Washington, D.C. on Sunday, he said Netflix has a big market share and the firm's combined size could be a problem. On Friday, the two companies said they had reached an agreement to bring Warner Brothers franchises like Harry Potter and Game of Thrones to Netflix, creating a new media giant. The planned deal, which has raised concern among some in the industry, is yet to be approved by competition authorities. The BBC has contacted Warner Bros., Netflix, and the White House for comment. Launched in 1997 as a postal DVD rental business, Netflix has grown to become the world's largest subscription streaming service. The deal, the biggest the film industry has seen in a long time, would come in its number one position. Under the agreement, several global entertainment franchises such as Looney Tunes, The Matrix, and Lord the Rings will move to Netflix. The deal is expected to complete it after Warner Bros. Splits its business in the second half of 2026. The U.S. Justice Department's competition division, which oversees major mergers, could contend that the deal violates the law if the combined business account for too much of the streaming market. At an event at the John F. Kennedy Center in the U.S. Capitol, Trump said that Netflix has a very big market share, which will go up by a lot if the deal goes ahead. Trump added how would be personally involved in the decision on whether or not to approve the deal and repeatedly highlighted the size of Netflix market share. Oke, biar ada yang kebagian baca deh. Siapa ya? Hmm, 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 hmm. Wait. Siapakah? Siapakah? Nabila? Halo Nabila. Nabila, loh aku udah
Halo,
tag. Kamu baca dong nih yang dari ini yang I have a lot of respect.
oke
Related.
Kak. I have a lot of respect for him. He's a great person. Said Trump. He's done one of the greatest jobs in the history of movies. Mr. Sarandos earlier acknowledged that the agreement may have surprised investors, but said it was a chance to position Netflix for success in the decades to come.
Okay.
Blair Whistlake, a media executive and former chair of Universal Studios Television and Network Group, told the BBC's Today program that the only two pieces that header when it came to competition concern were the combination of Netflix and Warner Brothers HBO streaming business. Netflix is not in the studio production business the way Warner Brothers is, and even the library size of films and television programming that Netflix owns pales in comparison to Warner, he said. However, while the Netflix deal would give it a strong position in video streaming, experts have said it would not look so dominant if regulators adopt a broader definition to include cable and broadcast TV and also YouTube as competitors. A lot of people don't released that the number one place that consume in the world go or viewing of content consumption is YouTube, and it's far and away beyond anything else, said Mr. Westlake. He added the touch the deal would eventually be approved, but I think that there will probably be concessions that have to be made. Bill, Bill Kovacic, a former chair of the U.S. Competition Watchdog, the Federal Trade Commission, told the Today program that Trump's comment meant negotiation over any problem surrounding the deal were going to run through the White House. That means that we're going to have probably a deep level and unprecedented level of presidential control in the, the resolution of what used to be a technical analysis of a merger, he said. Netflix beat several rivals, including Comcast and Paramount Skydance, to strike an agreement with Warner Bros. Paramount Skydance, which is headed by David Ellison, had previously tried to buy all of Warner Bros., including its cable networks. Warner Bros. Rejected that approach before putting itself up for sale. David Ellison's multi-billionaire father, Larry Ellison, is a close ally of Trump. The Writers School of America's East and West branch called for the merger to be blocked, saying the world's largest streaming companies swallowing one of its biggest competitors is what antitrust laws were designed to prevent. The outcome would eliminate jobs, push down wage, worse conditions for all entertainment workers, raise price for consumers, and reduce the volume and diversity of content for all viewers, it said on Friday.
Oke, thank you Nabila, good
You're,
job.
you're welcome, Kak.
Kita mau lanjut ya. Sebelum kita lanjut, jangan lupa setiap ketemu aku, literasi bahasa Inggris, jangan lupa dari setiap artikel yang aku kasih, kalian tulis 10 kosakata minimal. Jadi kalau misalnya lebih pun kalian boleh. Misalnya ada kata yang nggak kalian tahu, misalnya plain, kalian nggak tahu artinya. Kayak raised, kalian nggak tahu artinya. Kalian tulis katanya, terus kalian tulis artinya sama contoh penggunaan katanya. Gitu. Bisa dimengerti semuanya?
Bisa, Kak.
Bisa, Kak.
Jadi setiap satu artikel itu 10. Jadi nanti aku kasih tugas, aku upload di Google Classroom, kalian kumpulin. Wait, satu lagi berarti. Main deh baca. Soalnya kalau aku bimbing gitu, kadang takutnya pada ngantuk, nggak ikut baca. Oh ya, tiba register. Wah. Waduh. Ini. Ya. Hey. Siapa ya yang baca ya? Tadi banyak nih yang buka kamera. Tadi laki-laki siapa ya? Hmm,
Kak, aku mau baca, Kak.
boleh. Tapi kayak ganti-gantian gitu ya. Mungkin kayak 2 sampai 3 paragraf, 3 paragraf deh. Mau baca? Boleh. Nah. Oke. Oke. Nih, 3 paragraf.
Benin's president had
Judulnya. Judul dulu.
Benin coup thwarted by loyalist troops, president tells nation.
Okay.
Benin's president has appeared on television to reassure citizens of the West African nation that the situation was now totally under control following an attempted coup itu apa Kak? Earlier ya?
Clear, yeah.
Earlier in the day. I would like to commend the sense of duty demonstrated by our army and its leaders who have remained loyal to the nation, Patrice Talon said, looking calm during the live evening broadcast. The government The government said it had thwarted the mutiny hours after a group of soldiers declared a takeover on national television.
Okay.
Later in the afternoon, sampai situ aja Kak.
Satu lagi deh, boleh kamu lanjutin. Oke, lanjut.
Later in the afternoon, Hajj explosions were heard in Cotonou, Benin's large city and seat of government. They were thought to have been the result of an airstrike.
Oke. Terima kasih, Salinda. Kemarin tadi yang on cam. Michael Tranggono. Tadi perasaan dia on cam ya? Michael, apa kamu bisa Anda, Michael?
Bisa, Kak.
Oke, silakan baca, Michael. Ini deh, prior to the explosions.
Di aku masih nge-freeze, Kak.
Oh,
Bentar ya, Kak.
Oke.
Bentar aku buka. Nah. Prior to the explosion, flight tracking data showed that 3 aircraft had entered Benin's airspace from neighboring Nigeria before returning home. A spokesman for Nigeria's president later confirmed that its fighter jets had gone in to take over the airspace to help dislodge the coup plotters from the national TV and a military camp where they had regrouped. There have been a series of coups in West Africa before Sunday's thwarted attempt in Benin. Hexanin fears that the security of the region could worsen. Benin, a former French colony, has been regarded as one of Africa's more stable democracies. But Talon has faced accusations of suppressing criticism of his policies. The nation is one of the continent's largest cotton producers, but ranks among the world's poorest countries. Nigeria, Benin's largest neighbor to the east, has described the coup attempt as a direct assault of democracy.
Oke, thank you, Michael. Betul kan ya aku sebut namanya Michael apa gimana nih?
Iya, Kak, betul.
Betul. Oke, thank you, Michael. Yang lain.
Kak,
Iya.
sebelumnya Linda izin off cam ya Kak, soalnya sinyal Linda kan jelek nih. Kalau misalnya Linda on cam, itu nanti dia nggak kelihatan kayak kemarin lagi itu share screen-nya.
Ya, oke. Oke, nggak apa-apa. Kimberly, ada nggak Kimberly?
Hadir, Kak.
Oke, hadir. Semangat nih bacanya. Ayo, baca.
Sampai mana, Kak?
Nih yang the 67 years old president
Ya, sampai earlier atau?
sampai sini nih, sampai sacked, sampai bawah, sampai
Oke.
kelihatannya layar aja.
Oke.
Wait. Oh,
The 67-year-old president said in his address that loyalist forces had cleared the last pockets of resistance held by the mutineers. This commitment and mobilization enabled us to defeat these opportunists and avert disaster for our country. This treachery will not go unpunished, he added. I would like to reassure you that the situation is completely under control and therefore invite you to go about your business peacefully this evening. It is not clear if there have been casualties, but the president expressed his sorry, Kak, condolence to the victims of this senseless adventure, as well as to those still being held by fleeing mutineers. Earlier, government's spokesperson Wilfried Lindre Hongbeji told news agency Reuters that um, 14 people had been arrested in connection with the attempt coup. A journalist in Benin told the BBC that of those reportedly arrested, 12 are believed to have stormed the office of the national TV station, including a soldier who had previously been sacked.
okay, thank you Kimberly. Yang lain. Nadine Celia, ada nggak ya Nadine Celia? Nadine.
Iya, Kak. Sebentar, Kak.
Oke. Masih ada banyak sih.
Kak, ini maaf kata pertamanya gimana cara menyebutnya, Kak?
The rise of military coups in Africa. Yang ini.
Oh. Yang bawahnya itu, Kak. Yang
Eyewitnesses told the BBC gunfire. It's okay, nggak apa-apa. Nanti
Okay,
kalau
Kak.
ada salah aku benerin.
Okay. The rise of military coups in Africa. Eyewitnesses told the BBC gunfire was heard near the presidential residence early on Sunday morning, as a group of soldiers announced on national TV that they were suspending the constitution. They also said some journalists working for the state broadcaster had been held hostage for a few hours.
Okay.
The French and Russian embassies
Thank you.
argued
Uh-huh.
their citizens to remain indoors, while the U.S. U.S. embassies advised was to stay away from Cotonou, especially the area around the presidential compound. The rebel soldiers, led by
category
Justified.
justified their actions by criticizing Talon's management of the country, complaining first about his handling of the continue, continue,
Continuing.
continuing
Mhm.
deterioration
Huh?
of the security situation in northern Benin.
Hmm. Oke, sampai situ aja ya. Oke. Thank you, Nadine. Good job. Lagi ya nih. Oh, pada bobo. Ini siapa? Yayu. Yayu Lestari. Ada nggak Yayu? Halo Yayu. Halo, halo. Yayu Lestari. Ini on aja nih, jangan. Oh, nggak bisa on mic-nya. Oke. Oke. Riris nih, boleh Riris. Riris Kumban. Kumban Gaul.
Mulai dari mana tadi, Kak?
Dari nih, situation in Northern Benin. Ini yang mulai dari yang di bold. Benin's armies has suffered.
Oke, Kak. Benin's army has suffered losses near its northern border with insurgency, hit Niger and Burkina Faso in recent years, as jihad militants linked to Islamic State and Al-Qaeda spread southward. The soldiers' statement cited the ignorance and neglect of the situation of our brothers in arms who have fallen at the front and, above all, that of their families abandoned to their state fate by Mr. Patrice Talon's police. The rebels also hit out at cuts in healthcare, including the cancellation of state-funded kidney dialysis and taxes raised, as well as curb on political activity. Talon, who is regarded as a close ally of the West, is due to step down next year after completing his second term in office, with elections scheduled for April.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Riris.
Oke, Kak.
Siapa ya? Ini. Ya. Oh, gantinya dikit ya? Hamdan, udah nggak Hamdan? Hamdan Al-Baihaqi. Halo Hamdan. Ada nggak nih Hamdan nih? Halo Hamdan. Halo? Halo Hamdan.
Halo Kak.
Halo ya. Baca.
Sampai mana tadi Kak?
Aduh, nggak disimak ini pasti. Nih dari a businessman known as the king of cotton.
A businessman known as the king of cotton.
Okay.
He first come to power in 2016.
2016.
He has endorsed
Finance.
Minister Romuald Wadani as his successor.
Okay.
Talon has been praised by supporters for overseeing economic development, but his government has also been criticized for suppressing dissenting voice.
Okay.
In October, Benin's Electoral Commission barred the main opposition candidate from standing on the ground that he did not have enough sponsors.
Okay.
Last month, constitutional
Mhm.
amendments
Hence.
amendments
Mhm.
were passed by MPS, including
Mhm.
the creation of a second parliamentary chamber, the Senate.
Okay.
Terms for elected officials were extended from 5 to 7 years, but presidential two-term limit remained in place.
Okay. Thank you sudah baca, Hamdan. Hamdan, aku mau nanya, aku udah pernah ngasih tugas berapa kali ya? 2 kali. Kamu kerjain nggak? Kumpulin nggak di DPR?
Kerjain nggak?
Oke, beneran ya. Ntar aku cek kok.
Ya.
Oke, thank you, Hamdan. Ini sih cowoknya. Raisya ini cewek ya, Raisya Kumaira. Ada boleh Raisya Kumaira mana nih? Ada nggak?
Ada Kak.
Rasya, Raisya.
Raisa Kak.
Oke, boleh baca. Iya, Raisa. Oke, Raisa. Ini dari Sunday's attempted.
Sunday's attempted cup comes just over a week after Guinea-Bissau's President Umaro Sissoco Embalo was overthrown. Took some regional figures have questioned whether this was staged. In recent years, West Africa has also seen coups in Burkina Faso, Guinea, Mali, and Niger, prompting concern about the region's stability. Russia has strengthened its deals with the Sahel countries over recent years, and Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have left the West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS to form their own group, the Alliance of Sahel States. News of the attempted takeover in Benin was held by several pro-Russian social media accounts. According to BBC Monitoring, ECOWAS and the African Union have both condemned and the cap attempt. Accounting from a cause standby force is to be deployed to preserve the constitutional order and the territorial integrity of the Republic of Benin, the regional bloc has said in a statement.
Oke, thank you Raisa. Lagi ya. Dava deh, boleh Dava.
Ya.
Ayo lanjut Dava. Tadi mana tuh? Oh nih. Sampai just ini. Iya nggak sih? Iya, oke. Oh enggak, udah selesai Dava.
Alhamdulillah. Iya.
Selesai Dava. Aduh, beruntung kali ini ya Dava ya. Enggak, Dava tadi katanya udah baca sedikit. Udah mulai ngerjain belum?
Yang pertama udah.
Boleh deh, sebutkan.
Hurufnya hurufnya katanya.
Katanya ya.
Merger.
Murder, pembunuh.
MERGER. Penggabungan.
Merger gitu.
Merger.
Ya, oke.
The
Rar.
companies announced a merger to create the largest telecommunication film.
Oke, itu satu.
Antitrust.
Antitrust. Oke,
eh,
apa artinya?
Anti monopoli ya.
Oh ya. Kata-katanya
Antitrust laws are designed to promote fair competition.
oke.
Concessions.
Concession. Apa artinya?
Konsesi pengakuan.
Oke.
The negotiations succeeded after the union made a few minor concessions.
Oke, good job. Lanjut.
Unprecedented.
Apa itu, Deva?
Belum pernah terjadi sebelumnya.
Oh, ya, lanjut.
The heavy rainfall this summer was absolutely unprecedented.
Oke. Lanjut, Pak.
Jurisdictions. Jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction. Apa artinya?
Kewenangan hukum untuk membuat keputusan.
Lanjut.
The court ruled that it did not have jurisdiction over the case.
Oke, lanjut.
Content. Berpendapat. Lawyers will contend that the evidence is inadmissible.
Oke.
Subsequent. Berikutnya.
Oke. Konteksnya apa tuh berikutnya? Katanya apa? Katanya apa kata-katanya?
The initial error was corrected in a subsequent review. Palpable. Jelas. There was a palpable sense of excitement in the room.
Oke.
Divestiture. Penjualan. The government ordered the company to make a divestiture of its overseas holding. Terakhir, dominan. Paling berpengaruh. The company aims to become the dominant player in the industry.
Oke, ada 10 tuh.
Udah.
Keren. Dan lupa nanti langsung dikumpulin ya.
Iya, udah baca tadi.
Oke, thank you Dava. Yang lain udah belum nih kayak Dava? Belum 10 nggak apa-apa deh. Disebutkan biar dijelaskan ke teman-teman yang lain. Udah ada belum?
Belum Kak, baru 1.
Baru 1.
Belum Kak.
Nursalinda udah belum, Nursalinda?
Apa Kak?
Kamu udah belum? Apa baru baca aja? Sambil ngerjain?
Iya, baru baca aja Kak.
Baru baca aja, oke deh. Lanjutnya kita langsung soalnya aja. Kita bahas soal. Sebentar ya, teman-teman. Jadi 10. Oke. Tadi karena Dava kekat ya, Dava boleh baca di Dava deh. Oh, ini sampai habis Dava.
No. Text 1. Cryptocurrency is an internet-based from an exchange that exists solely in the digital world. Its allure comes from using a decentralized peer-to-peer network of exchange produced and recorded by the entire cryptocurrency community. According to proponents, cryptocurrencies do not need a third party or traditional bank or centralized government control to provide secure validation for transactions. In addition, cryptocurrencies are typically designed to limit production after a point, meaning the total amount in circulation eventually hits a cap. These caps and ledgers are maintained through the system of users. But the mechanisms that make these currencies so appealing are so using exorbitant amounts of energy. Researchers at the University of New Mexico estimated that environmental impact of cryptocurrencies mining techniques using existing data that assess energy use on cryptocurrency and a battery of economic valuation techniques. The independent production or mining practice of cryptocurrencies are done using energy consuming specialized computer hardware and can take place in any geographic location. Large-scale operations called mining camps are now congregating around the fastest internet connection and cheapest energy sources. Regardless of whether the energy is green or not, the UNM researchers argue that although mining practice create financial value, the electricity consumption is generating crypto damages, a term coined to describe the human health and climate impacts of the digital exchange. Although relatively limited in overall use currently, there are cryptocurrencies with alternative production schemes require significantly less energy use. The researchers hope by publicizing the health and climate impacts of such schemes, they will encourage alternative methods of mining. Goodkind says the specialized machines used for mining also have to keep cool, so they won't overheat while computing such complex algorithms.
Oke, Dava Mak. Keren, Dava. Oke, pertanyaan pertama. How did the researchers measure the environmental damage from cryptocurrency mining? Maksudnya mining also deh. Ayo, apa nih? How did the researchers measure the environmental damage from a currency mining? Ini jadi harusnya tadi kita baca soalnya dulu ya. Salah ya, baca soalnya dulu baru kita balik ke teksnya. Gimana nih? Apa aku perlu kasih waktu dulu? Apa gimana nih? Soalnya udah aku kasih ke grup ya. Bagi yang misalnya error gitu. Yang satu buat on cam, yang satu apa maksudnya nggak bisa ngelihat share screen aku, bisa dilihat di device yang lain. Bisa lihat di HP atau bisa lihat di laptop. Soalnya gitu. Apa nih jawabannya? How did the researchers measure the environmental damage from the cryptocurrency mining? Jadi kan kemarin aku ajarin ya, apa sih kita seenggaknya kalau nggak tahu artinya kita cari kata kuncinya. How did the researchers measure, kata kuncinya researchers measure the environmental damage from cryptocurrency mining? Counting the number of computers used to mine cryptocurrency at once and the number of funds each computer uses. Itu di paragraf mana tuh?
Ini kan apa? Aku pakai logika aja kira.
Logika. Aku diam saja. Ayo dong, Salinda, biar UTBK-nya nilainya 1000, harus semangat. Gampang kok ini, gampang-gampang. In the middle lah, nggak gampang banget, nggak susah banget. Masih bisa dibilang gampang, guys. Nanti UTBK kayaknya lebih susah deh, lebih panjang lagi deh, karena lebih pusing deh. Lebih, sangat mempecah konsentrasi kalian. Boleh deh, aku kasih buat baca dulu sekali lagi. Screening and scamming-nya lagi, boleh sekali lagi. How did the researchers measure the environmental damage from cryptocurrency mining?
Aku nengok soalnya aja udah muak luan aku Kak, sumpah Kak. Ngerti enggak? Sumpah.
Kamu bisa cari aja. Ini udah ketemu kan? Aku udah kasih tahu apa namanya kata kuncinya. Di sini tuh dia bagaimana bla bla bla. Researchers measure kayak mengukur the environmental damage from cryptocurrency mining itu. Tinggal dicari aja. Measure the environmental damage. Kadang tapi kalau terkadang nggak tertulis gitu loh damage-nya gitu. Tapi kita harus kayak ya mau nggak mau harus mengerti. Nggak apa-apa misalnya kita belajar pelan-pelan. Asalkan kita belajar terus, harus niat. Makanya aku setiap hari selalu kasih tugas buat apa namanya kayak artiin kata per kata gitu. Kata-kata yang memang kalian nggak ngerti. Seperti itu. Gimana nih yang lainnya? Jadi nomor 1 apa jawabannya? Panjang kan nih? Cara jawabnya itu kita eliminasi. Kata nggak nih yang mana dia eliminasi? How do the researchers measure the environmental damage from cryptocurrency mining? Kelihatan lah di paragraf mana. Bagaimana ini tuh para peneliti ya mengukur dampak lingkungan dari penambangan si siapa nih cryptocurrency ini. Itu artinya. Mana yang lain? Tadi dia jawab A dan E ya. Aku nggak bisa lihat. Kalian. Ada bilang A dan E. Yang lain gimana? Kelihatan banget guys.
Banyak A ya dari paragraf ketiga.
Paragraf ketiga. Aduh, lagi dibaca lagi. Kadang triknya itu, ngetrik ya. Kadang tuh dia bikin pertanyaan yang di paragraf tuh paling panjang, paling rumit dan intinya. Itu inti dari teksnya. Biasanya di teks tuh di mana? Yang udah dari pertama kali tuh tahu, oh paragraf itu lagi bahas ini gitu. Di paragraf paragraf 1 nih, cryptocurrency is an internet based from exchange that exists solely in the digital world. Its allure comes from using decentralized peer-to-peer network of exchange produced and is recorded by the entire cryptocurrency community. According to proponents, cryptocurrencies do not need a third party or traditional bank or centralized government control to provide secure validation for transactions. In addition, cryptocurrencies are typically designed to limit production after a point, meaning the total amount in circulation eventually hits a cap. These caps and ledgers are maintained through the systems of users. Jadi gimana tuh caranya mereka mengukur? Jawabannya apa tuh? Hayo, jawabannya. Jujur guys, aku wait, aku baca lagi. Tadi kamu tahu paragraf 3 ya? The independence person mining. Yeah. Mining. Button scale. Okay, the independence production or mining practice of cryptocurrencies are done using energy-consuming specialized computer hardware and can take place in any geographic location. Large-scale operations called mining camps are now congregating around the fastest internet connections and cheapest energy sources. Regardless of whether the energy is green or not, the UNM researchers argue that although mining practice create financial value and electricity consumption is generating crypto damage. Damage. a term coined to describe the human health and climate impacts of the digital exchange. Nah, dari soal tuh kita lihat guys ya, dia mentionnya apa? Damage, environmental, terus sama mining. Di sini di paragraf 1 ini langsung ya disebutin cryptocurrency-nya, terus kalau di paragraf 3 dia nge-mention namanya mining. Tuh. Terus dia impacts, damage itu kan sebenarnya harus tahu tuh kayak sinonim sama sinonimnya bahasa Inggris guys sebenarnya gitu. Nah, jadi apa tuh jawabannya? Benar tuh di kalimat 3 juga di mention. Kalimat 1 dan kalimat 3, paragraf 1 dan paragraf 3. Ya apa nih? Dava, apa, AE.
Yang C bukan Kak.
Tuh, yang C. Documenting different types of greenhouse gas emissions produced from the miners. Bukan sayang, bukan C. A apa gitu aja. Oke, tapi boleh deh ada yang misal merasa kayak
A.
Ada yang A, tuh Apriliani A.
Kak, A.
Oh, Karisa yang ngomong. Sorry, Karisa, A. Estimating the greenhouse gas emissions of electricity production for the mining machines. Dava masih mikir, Dava? Apa, I? Apa,
Aku A kayaknya. A.
Iya, jawabannya benar guys. Yang E, estimating the greenhouse gas emission of electricity production for the mining machines. Kenapa jawabannya yang A? Kalau misalnya kalian kayak reka, kalian nggak harus kayak ngertiin dari awal sampai akhir. Jujur guys, aku sebenarnya ngerti, tapi aku kayak nggak bisa ngasih tahu kayak secara, karena aku bukan translator ya, kayak ngerti dari awal sampai akhir gitu. Kalau aku mau kayak ngertiin ke kalian, tapi kayak feeling aja. Tapi nggak sih kalau karena kalian kayak terbiasa, oh arti ini tuh apa gitu. Jadi nggak harus semuanya kalian baca dan mengerti gitu. Oke, kemarin di materi juga aku kasih tahu kalian cukup cari kata kuncinya aja gitu. Kita lagi ngomongin apa sih? Mining. Emang di yang B, yang C, yang D, yang E itu sama sekali nggak nge-mention kan guys. Jadi jawabannya yang A gitu. Sesimpel itu. Kalau misalnya kalian mengerti bahasa Inggris di tulisannya, jawabannya tetap yang A gitu, tetap nyambung gitu. Oke, nomor 2. Why should we care about the environmental and health impacts of crypto mining? Kenapa kita harus peduli tentang environmental and health impactnya dari environmental dan kesehatan pada crypto mining ini? Tuh. Nah, bisa baca lagi dan di mentionnya itu dia di paragraf berapa tentang impacts-nya. Nah, ini juga nih. Kata kuncinya adalah impacts. Kita cari impact-nya. Lagi bahas impacts. Aku udah kasih jalan-jalan ya, kalian tinggal baca aja jawabannya apa. Guys, baca. Apa tuh kita harus peduli?
I.
The mining of the currency is costing the country substantial amounts of money in health damage. Apakah dia mention money? Substantial amounts of money in health damage. Ya kah? Environmental and health impacts. Salah, ketot. Bukan E. Apa nih? Lebih tentang, iya dia kayak bahas tentang ekonomi. tentang money.
C nggak, Kak?
Ada betul. C, the environmental damage caused by the mining process inhibits the progression of better healthcare system. Paragraf mana tuh dia yang ngomong kayak gitu? Ini paragraf apa nih? Ya, paragraf 3 dia mention ya. This is the human health and climate impacts of the digital exchange. Itu salah. Ketot bukan C. Siapa tuh berarti? ABD. Ayo guys, eliminasi. Kita harus peduli environmental and health effects of crypto.
Yang salah Kak tadi.
Salah E. Pip. Tadi tuh itu dia bahasnya money kan. Tapi money lagi-lagi kalau money itu lebih kayak mengkerucut nggak sih guys? Money kayak money. Tapi apa yang lebih luas? Yang lebih luas itu apa? Money itu apa? Dan itu ekonomi. Jadi jangan yang terlalu kayak ke situ banget poinnya. Yang lebih luas. Kalau yang udah ketemu aku pasti aku sering ngomong kayak gitu. Yo. Gimana Dava? Kelihatan serius banget Dava. Jawabannya, why should we care about the environmental and health impacts of crypto mining? Ya guys, baca lagi. Salinda?
Yang baru dibilang salah cuma E kan ya?
Enggak sama B.
Sama B. Oh. A.
Tadi apa guys? Tadi E sama B ya? Ya nggak sih?
Sama A Kak.
Sama apa?
A.
Tadi nggak sih?
Sama C nggak sih Kak?
Iya, sama C kayaknya deh. Betul. Ibarat aku udah ngomong ekonomi guys.
Iya, berarti A. Ekonomi.
Iya, jawabannya A. Gimana sih nih kalian? Jawabannya A guys. Cryptocurrency give us another way of investing our wealth in the emerging or era of digital economy gitu. Ada di
Tadi nomor 1 apa?
Nomor 1 tadi apa ya? Nomor 1 teh? Nomor 1 A, sama-sama A.
Oke.
Estimating the greenhouse. Oke, nomor 2 juga A, guys. Lagi-lagi ada di paragraf pertama. Gitu, wait. Gimana nih? Kata nggak sih guys kursornya? Kata nggak kali ini? Kata nggak ya? Kata nih ya kursor aku.
Kelihatan Kak.
For the proponents, cryptocurrencies do not need a third party, a traditional bank. Sometimes government control to provide secure validation for transactions. In addition, cryptocurrencies are typically designed to limit transactions up to the point, meaning the total amount in circulation eventually hits a cap. These caps mentioned through the system of users. Wait. Iya betul. Isn't internet fast? Ya oke. Kayak gitu guys jawabannya. Wait, aku masih baca. Oh, its allure comes from using decentralized peer-to-peer network of exchange produced and recorded by the entire cryptocurrency community. Itu jawabannya yang A. Wealth in emerging era of digital economy. Number 3. What are the defining features of a cryptocurrency? Defining features itu kayak defining features gimana ya? Kayak ke depannya gitu. What are the defining features of a cryptocurrency? Ada yang jawab? Nomor 3.
B.
B. Siapa tuh yang jawab B tadi? Oh, ini jawabannya tersirat, tidak tersurat. Kalian harus mengerti teksnya. Ini siapa yang jawab B? Apriliani. Ini siapa yang jawab? Di layar aku cuman yang ngelihat, yang kelihatan on cam cuma Dava sama Apriliani doang. Siapa yang jawabannya B? Mana guys jawabannya? What are the defining features of a cryptocurrency? B. Ih, bener banget, Rosalinda. Dong, on cam kan on mic. Kenapa tuh?
BKB.
Kenapa B? Di mention di mana tuh? Paragraf berapa?
Lagi, Kak.
Kenapa?
Masih di paragraf pertama.
Ada di paragraf 1 yang
Ucap,
bagian cryptocurrency exists solely in the digital world.
Work. Still work. Iya. Iya, lagi-lagi di paragraf pertama ya, guys. Karena di paragraf kayak setelahnya itu tuh kayak dia lebih kayak bahas yang di intinya terus dipisah-pisah lagi terus dibahas yang lain-lainnya gitu. Kalau di yang pertama tuh dibahas kayak cover dari masalahnya gitu. Jadi masih di paragraf pertama lagi. Gimana Dava? Dava serius banget nih. Unduk aja.
Apa B.
B, keren. Jawabannya B. Betul, it has no physical representation and does not depend on any central authority. Tuh. Nah, ini lagi. The word, biasanya bahasa Inggris LB ini banyak soal kayak gini nih guys. The word solely in paragraph 1 can be replaced by apa nih? Solely. Kita lihat ya definisinya. Nah, kemarin aku juga udah ajarin cara jawab, triknya jawab soal kayak gini. Ada inget nggak cara jawabnya gimana? Aku pengen ngetes keingat. Remember kalian.
Itu nggak sih Kak yang bilang apa? Cocokin dulu ke kalimatnya itu gitu.
Oke, terus ngapain?
Lupa Kak, itulah pokoknya.
Tadi kita cari positif dan negatifnya. Kita baca nih. Soalnya ini ada di sini nih. Cryptocurrency is an internet-based form of exchange that exists solely in the digital world. Menurut kalian positif atau kata negatif solely ini? Ayo.
Karena lebih sedikit negatif gak sih?
Lebih negatif. Baca lagi coba. Explain the digital world. Gitu. Oke, solely itu suatu kata yang artinya itu kayak semata-mata gitu loh guys. Wait, aku mau make sure. Solely. Kayak terus-terusan melulu gitu-gitu loh guys artinya kayak or like kayak only itu sinonimnya No, sinonimnya itu hanya, only, just, simply, merely, solely, but. Itu sama. Sinonimnya seperti itu. Jadi itu suatu yang positif. Seperti itu. Jadi ya berapa nih? Teman-teman.
Exclusively.
A. Bahasa Indonesia jadi apa? Guys.
A.
Oke, yang A. Kenapa tuh nggak yang B? Cooperatively itu negatif atau positif? Kooperatif. Negatif ya. Indefinitely.
Negatif.
Itu additional. Nggak nyambung ya. Additional pasti tahu lah artinya apa, guys. Separately. Udah pasti negatif ya. Ya makanya dengan yang A. Begitu. Iya, betul. Yeay. Jadi gitu guys ngetriknya. Kalau misalnya kalian memang nggak tahu artinya, tinggal kalian baca. Ya sebenarnya kayak mentok banget, kalian nggak tahu sama sekali. Itu parah sih sebenarnya. Jangan sampai nggak gitu sih. Maksudnya seenggaknya tahu beberapa gitu. Sampai kalian paham kalau ini tuh suatu kata yang negatif atau positif. Itu. Jawabannya yang A ya. Oke, lanjut. Which Terus Alinda, iya, makasih ya. Boleh deh undang sekolah kamu. Undang sekolah kamu. Undang aku ke sekolah kamu, Rosalinda. Aku tuh kayak ngajarinnya lebih kayak ke temen gitu guys, karena lebih biar dipahami juga. Kadang kan ada ya beberapa kata-kata guru yang kayak, apaan sih gitu. Karena kita sesama Gen Z, jadi kita kayak tahu pemikiran kalian tuh pasti pengennya yang cepat, caranya cepat, tapi benar gitu, akurat. Jadi aku tuh kayak, makanya aku sampai materinya tuh kayak nggak pengen tulisan semua terus kalian baca dan pahami. Jadi aku pengennya kayak, udah sampainya singkat aja. Gini loh caranya guys, gini. Karena feeling gini gitu. Jadi ya cepet. Gitu. Okay. Which of the following statements is not discussed in the passage above? Apa yang nggak ditulis di statementnya, dia nggak ditulis di teksnya itu. Nah, kalau ini mau nggak mau guys, baca lagi. Kenapa Kak Risa?
Saya nggak sih, Kak.
C. Future challenge faced by the government to regulate miners of cryptocurrency. Oke, kita keep dulu. C. Yang lainnya gimana?
B.
B. The methods of crypto mining that could be done by any. Yang lain gimana? The current system of cryptocurrency. Kalau tadi yang baca, kalau yang tadi nggak cuma dengerin apa, baca terus nyimak, pasti tahu lah apa yang nggak dibahas di teksnya. Ini lagi bahas apa sih? Terus kalau misalnya kalian kayak nggak punya waktu, kalian udah kayak dari nomor 1 sampai nomor 2 itu, nomor 1 sampai nomor 4, kalian udah lebih dari 6 menit misalnya ngerjainnya. Kan diberi waktu ya guys. Kalian boleh kayak mikir aja apa yang sekiranya nggak bakal dibahas atau nggak dibahas tuh di teks. Nah, itu tuh intinya. Apa yang sekiranya nggak dibahas guys? A sampai E. Dava, keluarkan suaramu, Dava. Apa menurut kau? Katanya serius banget soalnya kata mukanya.
Enggak loh, emang mukaku begini.
Yang lain gimana nih? Gimana? The following statement is not discussed. Kelihatan guys, padahal how cryptocurrency differs from the usual government currency. Jelas apa enggak tuh? Yes or no? Yang ada ya kah? Differs from the usual government currency. Enggak, dia enggak membandingkan ya. Lihat banget. Salah. D. Tadi udah jawab B ya?
Maksudnya yes tuh ada di sana atau iya itu jawabannya?
Enggak. Itu salah. Terus C. Future challenge faced by the government to regulate miners of cryptocurrency. And C. Yes apa enggak tuh dibahas apa enggak tuh? Future challenge.
Yes.
Oh dia Namun dia bahas future challenge. Kayak tantangan-tantangan di kedepannya. Apakah dia bahas?
Ngaruh
Gak
ke
bahas,
damage-nya
tau Kak. Iya
Oh,
nggak sih?
kenapa?
Gak bahas nggak sih Kak? Aku baca lagi kok nggak ada ya?
Nggak bahas Dava ini gimana sih Dava ini? Baca lagi sama Dava yang
Tadi
baca.
katanya yes itu jawabannya. Sekarang
No,
jadi
no. Maksudnya enggak. Yang C itu nggak dibahas. Future challenge emang
enggak,
dibahas?
aku jawabnya C, yes itu jawabannya.
Oh, enggak. Nomor C salah. Nomor C salah. Pilihan C salah. And the current system of crypto mining encourage high energy use. Nah, itu mengkerucut banget tuh. High energy use. Apakah dia bahas encourages? Enggak ya. Kalau misalnya kalian baca lagi, enggak. Dia nggak bahas. Yang E, the damage caused by crypto mining. Kayaknya dia bahas ya, tapi wait. Let me read again. Dia
Kan yang ditanya yang nggak dibahas kan ya?
Iya, nggak dibahas. Nggak dibahas. Betul. Itu jangan bikin ini deh. Takutnya salah ngomong. The damage. Damage dia nggak ngomong ya? Damage-nya dari si kripto ini. Kripto bla 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 bla. Enggak guys, nggak dibahas. Jadi jawabannya yang ini ketahuan lah ya, B. The methods of crypto mining, tadi benar atau Apriliani, that could be done by any individuals. Bisa diselesaikan dengan siapapun itu individualnya. Salah guys, salah. Dia nggak bahas itu. Ya nggak sih? Ya nggak Apriliani? Enggak Apriliani. Dia di mana sih? Oke, jawabannya yang B guys.
Kak maaf tadi nomor 3 jawabannya apa? Aku mau nyatet.
Nomor 3. Berarti kan jawabannya tadi B ya. It has no physical representation really. Does not depend on any central. Dan B.
Oke.
Siapa yang mau baca? Aplikasinya boleh deh baca kamu teks 2.
Apa Kak?
Yang teks 2, kamu boleh baca. Ini lumayan gampang guys.
Mass market history textbooks suffer from a number of deficiencies, even the judicious editing and some stunning omissions. The typical high school's history textbook is over 1,000 pages long. Part of the problem lies in the publisher's desire to construct a book that appeals to as many regional markets as possible. The most pressing problem is the textbook writer's philosophical approach to this information. The manner in which most trade history textbooks, the story of Columbus' discovery of America offers a telling example. First, there is a copious historical record indicating that a multitude of explorers had reached North America long before Columbus. This record consists of a diversity of sources, including genetic similarities between North American populations and populations in Africa, Asia, and Europe, homogeneous social structures, and farms, and even oral histories and legends of various peoples. Textbook authors could simply present of all this evidence to students and let them come to their own conclusions about the discovery and settlement of America in effect. That is how professional historians work. Instead, textbook authors decide to craft a simple narrative around certain historical events at the expense of the true complexity of history. In their quest to portray history as a story, textbook authors have unwittingly deprived the subject of some of its most vibrant and interesting aspects. It is no wonder that high school students in the United States rank history as one of their least favorite subjects.
Okay, thank you Apriliani. Langsung aja di nomor 6. The author of the passage is primarily concerned with blah 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 blah. Udah ada belum jawabannya? Apriliani udah ada jawabannya? Number 6.
Market.
Yang mana? Okay, the author of the passage is primarily concerned. Gimana yang lain?
C.
C nggak sih Kak?
C. Explain the nature of fault. Yang lain?
Ada di paragraf pertama.
Yang C karena ada di paragraf pertama. Oke, yang lain?
Setuju.
Apa setuju aja, Pomo. Yang lain gimana yang lain?
Soalnya sama.
Yang lain gimana yang lain? Mas Alinda nih ketawa-ketawa aja apa jawabannya?
Soalnya kakak tuh bikin ketawa loh dari tadi.
Apa jawabannya? Baca dong, baca. Mas Market. Oke deh, boleh Apriliani jelasin. Coba dari teks mana jawabannya bisa itu.
Itu paragraf pertama, kalimat pertama juga.
Iya, betul. Aku baca ya guys, nih, mass market history textbooks suffer from a number of deficiencies. Even the judicious editing at some stunning omission, typical high school history textbook is over 1,000 page long. So, jadi jawabannya explain the nature of a fault. Okay, number 7. The problem mentioned in the first paragraph can best be described as arising from the pressure to blah 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 blah. Oke, Michael.
K6 tadi jadi C ya?
Iya, C. Explain the nature of fault. Gimana yang lain? Yang lain. Number 7. Ada paragraf berapakah dia menentukan? Problem mentioned. Create a product that will please as many customers as possible.
Dari paragraf 1.
Iya, karena masalahnya disuruh fokus ke paragraf 1. The problem mentioned in the first paragraph. Ditempatnya di mana tuh? Bisa jelasin nggak? Ini apa jawabannya? Apa jawabannya Karissa tadi? Yang
Tadi
A.
aku A.
Oke. Yang lain gimana? Can best be described as arising from the pressure to blah 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 blah. Best be described. Gimana teman-teman? Apakah sudah
Yang A juga, Kak.
Yang A, oke. Lewatan. Yang lain gimana? Dapat. Ini Aduh, yang magang nggak ada lagi namanya siapa? Sama Rindi. Rindi gimana jawabannya udah ada?
Yang nomor 8.
7. 7 kan guys?
7. 7 kan?
A. Yang A.
Iya.
Kenapa tuh? Itu nih
Ini
tersirat nih, bukan tersurat ya. Harus ngerti.
dari paragraf pertama bilang yang lies in the publisher desire to construct a book that appeals to as many regional market as possible.
Oke, betul. Bintang 5 buat Dava. Betul guys, ini ngapa sih? Tuh, jadi jawaban yang A. Create a product that will please as many customers as possible. Yeay. Sumpah yang reaksi doang nggak jawab, parah sih. Yang lebih parah lagi udah nggak on cam, nggak respon, nggak on mic. Parah. Ini nomor 8. 10 kayaknya kita guys. The passage suggests in which of the following ways that the philosophical approach to historical information used by textbook authors compromises the teaching of history. Ayo cari kata kuncinya, apa yang ditanyakan, teman-teman?
Kalau itu misal D ada di paragraf 2 sama 3.
Oke, yang lain D sama E. Yang lain. 8. 8 tadi udah ngomong nomor 8 aja nih. Saya nomor 8 udah dia.
Belum sih. Nah. Tapi kayaknya aku lebih ke D sih.
Lebih ke D, oke. Ya guys. Karena 11-12 ya. It's okay, Miss Alinda. Atau enggak coba nanti keluar dulu terus masuk lagi gitu biar nggak hitam. Biasanya ada rada error internetnya begitu. Keluar lagi ntar masuk lagi. Paragraf 3. Kita baca ya bareng-bareng. Textbooks authors could simply present all of these findings to students and let them come to their own conclusions about the discovery and development of America. In fact, that is how professional historians work. Instead, textbook authors decided to craft a simple narrative around certain historical events at the expense of the true complexities of history. In their quest to portray history as a story, textbook authors have unwittingly deprived the subject of some its most vibrant and interesting aspect. It is no wonder the high school students in the United States rank history as one of their less favorite subjects. Oke, ngejawab gak tuh? Dia bahasnya benar tuh, paragraf 3. C dan D itu rada-rada 11-12 dia kembar. Jadi carilah yang 12 kebenaran. 12 kebenaran. And by the presenting a vast amount of primary research data, textbook authors deprive students of the change to approach historical studies atau D by neglecting to introduce a certain degrees of an uncertainty to historical events. Textbook authors have made the learning of history a less interesting process. Jadi gimana nih? Yang lain jawabannya apa? Nomor 8. C, D, sama E. By creating simple narrative out of the complex historical record, textbooks authors have forced students. D. Dodol. Coba yang lain gimana? Iya nih, aku juga berpikir demikian. Ada kesamaan ya, D. C, D, E. Wait. Udah dibacain ya tadi. Gimana yang lain? Jawabannya? Gimana ketua kelas?
Aku udah jawab.
Apa tadi ya, lupa.
D.
B.
D.
D. Oh. Salah. Jawabannya yang E. Wait, kok tadi dia ngopen ya? Bayu baru ngeliat nih, Bayu. Oh iya, sebentar lagi Bayu, sebentar satu lagi ya. Mau sampai 10 apa udahan aja nih guys? Pasti nih jawabnya rame nih. Sampai udah nomor 8 aja apa udah? Sampai apa mau sampai nomor 10? Sampai selesai nih, tuh sampai 10. Kalau mudah aja nomor 8. Nah, nggak ada yang jawab. Oke, nomor 8 itu jawabannya yang E guys. By creating simple narrative out of the complex historical record, textbook authors have forced students of history to learn history the way the most academics have. Itu di-mention di paragraf ketiga. Textbook authors simply present all of these findings to students and let them come to their own conclusions about the discovery and settlement of America in fact. That is how professional historians work. Titik gitu. Ini jawaban yang E, teman-teman. Karena udah jam 8 dan Bayu juga udah menanyakan ini sampai jam berapa? Jam 8 ya, teman-teman. Nggak sampai jam 8:30 kok. Cuman 1 jam setengah saja. Oke, aku stop dulu presentasi. Wait. Recordingnya.